Hello folks, hope you're having a great day today. Hey, today I want to do something a little different and talk about this channel rather than kind of talk about any reviews or anything like that. What I basically want to do is tell you why I'm never going to move into a place where I'm taking money for my reviews and such, particularly from companies that may offer it to me. Now, this is something that's probably never going to happen. I mean, let's be honest. I don't even have 200 subscribers. The channel, my video that has the most views is a Jack London piece about a year ago that hasn't even cracked 1,000 views yet. This is not happening. I'm not some dark, scion who somebody's going to be out there and is going to be like, oh, that guy, he's really good. And then tomorrow, for some reason, somebody posts me who's a big social media person, and I have 10,000 or more views in a couple of days. Obviously that's not happening. Right? I don't expect this to be, 3 or 4 years down the road to have enough momentum to start to make money from it. That's not my goal with this project at all. Right? My goal with this is just to do some reviews and some analysis of various works that I'm doing. That's it. And so this conversation is basically what I see this channel doing and not doing in the off chance that anything like that would ever happen. And it's not. But again, my goal is to never take money for my reviews from companies. And my reason for that is very simple. Once you start crossing the streams and you start taking money from companies like for example, Amazon. If I were to review a book and then link to Amazon for you to buy the book, I don't want you to think that it's because I'm just making money from it. I'm not. I don't want you to think I'm reviewing something for you that you have to buy on Amazon rather than get free online because it's older. I don't want you to ever have thoughts like that, right? I never want you to think of those sorts of things. And because I regularly do link you to places where you can go buy things in my thing, I don't want you to ever think that that's anything other than just, I like it and I'm recommending it. And that's it. I don't want you to ever have to have second thoughts or doubts or anything like that. So I'm never going to take money from a company that wants to do those sorts of things. If a company did want to send me a review copy, which obviously won't happen, but you never know. But if they were, I would make that open and obvious from the beginning, so you would be aware of that. I also would never, ever allow that to change my review of something. For example, I have been provided, as some of you may know, I write some games columns. I've published more than 1,000 columns on Magic, the Gathering, and some other games that are in that genre. For example, as a part of that, I've done reviews of cards. I've done reviews of sets that haven't been released yet for Magic the Gathering, for various websites. I've also done that for other games too. I've been published on the WizKids home site for their home for their hero clicks, where I had a daily column, well, a weekly column, called Home Turf that was there for a while. So as a result, basically, I've been published in a few places. Wizards of the Coast once flew me out to play test a new set that they were working on called Conspiracy, and they wanted to get some outside views on it because it was really outside the box, and so they wanted to get some reviews on what it played like. And I was very honest with them. I didn't say, hey, because you guys flew me out here and paid my way here and I met everybody and got to have these fun opportunities and experiences, I'm going to give you but nope, I'm going to give you my honest take on the set and what my personal take is on it. Coming from outside, because that's why I'm here, right? And I didn't, somehow. So again, I'm not going to ever. I'm never going to be that person who crosses the streams and dips into unethical territory. It's wrong to do that, especially not to let you guys know if I get a review copy or something like that. Although I don't think it's going to happen, it may. For example, once when I was writing for a gaming magazine that was being edited by Jason Winter on some video games, we got a review copy for a Romance of the Three Kingdoms game, and because I read Romance of the Three Kingdoms, even though I had never played the video game series, I thought it might be fun for me to review it, so I did with the review copy. And I said as a part of that video game review that I have, one, never played the other games in the series, but I've read the books. Actually, you can probably see them right here. The Romance of the Three Kingdoms books. There's a quartet of 4 books actually right here that I've read the whole series. Anyway, because I've read them, I can come to it with that perspective, although I haven't played the series, and I also got a review copy for free. But it won't influence my review, and here it was. And it has the positives that I liked and the negatives that I liked about it too. So anyway, you get that idea. So I had, so I liked, you know, I always want to be upfront if something like that were to ever happen, and again, it's not going to happen, let's be honest. But at the same time, you know, I do want to be cognizant of that. In case it ever should, because I never want to sell out. I never want to do that. I never want to cross that bridge. It's very important to be very open about that too. For example, I have a very strong sense of morality and ethics. As somebody who grew up in Southern West Virginia, you know, I was dating this girl in Michigan. And this is probably about 15 years ago, and we both really liked the same bands, the same music. We both really like electronic music, particularly faster dance music, EDM, and stuff like that. So I loaned her about 10 discs on CD that I had that I thought she would enjoy. Learning these bands. Some of them were independent artists she'd never heard of before, and other ones were full albums of artists she may have gotten 1 or 2 singles from, but had never done like an actual album of that person, so that she could listen to them and see if she enjoyed them or not. And then add them to her list if that was something that she liked. Well, what she did was, without telling me, she actually burned all 10 of them because she liked all 10 of them. And it was good that I knew her well enough to predict what ones I thought she would like, but still, she burned my CDs without even asking me. If she had asked me, I would tell her, nope, don't do that. The fact that she used my CDs to copy other CDs, it caused a fight with us that almost broke us up. And I think that was when she realized who I am. I am not somebody who's ever going to cross those sorts of ethical streams or something like that, right? I'm not going to let you use my CDs to burn them, even though, you know, you're the one who was burning them, and I could probably, you know, morally, you know, most people would be like, hey, even if I wouldn't do it myself, right, back in the era of burning CDs, at least I'm, you know, they're not, whatever. I'm still not that person. You're not going to use my stuff to cheat. You're not going to use my stuff to steal or to violate copyright law or anything like that, right? I'm just very, if it's wrong, if it's immoral, if it's illegal, I'm just not a fan of it. If it's unethical, I'm not a fan of it. And to ever accept money for reviews would be immoral and unethical. It's something I will never, ever, ever do. Again, it's not going to happen, right? You know, let's be honest. But I think it's an important part of this conversation. My views of this channel were to create something that would kind of stand the test of time and be out there so people could come back to it if they liked some of the short stories or novels that we've talked about, and they could have this little sort of trail of crumbs that they could follow if that was something, if they came here having read a Manly Wade Woman story, or discovering Clark Ashton Smith and finding out who also really liked Clark Ashton Smith, and then they find this in YouTube, and then they pick it up and watch it. Something like that. And that's been my goal, to kind of create this. For those of you who care, I have a genetic terminal condition called Huntington's disease. I was born with it. I'm 7 years into it, and I'm probably, the average person probably has it for 20. My physical aspects, according to my neurologist appointment that I recently had at Johns Hopkins, said that I am better physically than most people are. My twitches, my palsy isn't as obvious, although you still see it on these videos. And you'll sometimes hear it when I'm speaking. You'll hear me swallow words or something occasionally. But also, she said, but that my physical may not be as bad 7 years into it, but my mental capacity has dropped much more quickly than otherwise, which is sad, but true. So again, my goal is to get as much stuff out as I can, so that way it's there for people to have later on, because I don't think I'm going to be here too much longer. And so again, but still, nevertheless, I'm never going to sell myself out. We're never going to cross that line. It's just not who I am. It's not a part of my identity at all. So just to let you know why I will never ever accept or look for things like, payments for my reviews from companies or something like that, just to let you know as a part of and what my vision for this channel would be. And have a great day.